Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we learn about indoor plants. Today we're going to talk about low light plants. So all these plants I have here on my table today are low light plants. And just plants that you can keep in an apartment that doesn't have a lot of light, maybe your house that doesn't have a lot of light, a bathroom doesn't have any light, just anything, any place that you want, like an office desk even. Some of these do need some light though. So let's get into it. So the first plant we have here today is this beautiful Nerf plant. I just love this guy. He's got these really pink, vibrant pink veining all throughout these darker green leaves. And then the inside's like kind of like green with like a lighter green with the veining. The outside, or whatever I'm trying to say, the underside of the plant. I love this plant. Okay, this is Juanita. If anybody follows me on Instagram, you would have seen Juanita. I call her my drama queen plant because she loves to be moist. That's why I have her in this little coffee pot. It doesn't have any holes in it. It's a little cover pot. Just makes it look cute. Also, there's a dual purpose for this pot, whatever I'm trying to say. I like to put a little water in the bottom and just let it sit there. And then I have these little cords that just sit and they suck it up. And then this plant stays moist for a long time that way. But once it gets dried out, it goes and it looks like the plant is dead. Don't freak out. The plant's not dead. It's alive. It's just being a drama queen and saying, I need water, I need water. This is one of those very vocal plants. Got her when I was at college, actually, and somebody gave her to me. I put her in my bathroom, which actually didn't have any light at all, and she did really good in there. My dorm room bathroom, okay? And she's still alive. She's really healthy, happy still. She's grown quite a bit since then. The only thing about this plant is it likes to stay moist. So if you get this plant, make sure you put it in a cover pot that can hold some water at the bottom so it can suck it up when it needs some water, as it needs it. Don't worry about, you can't really overwater this plant, I don't think. I never have. I watered a ton. It sits down in there. It likes its roots wet all the time. But this plant is just like a really good plant for offices. You want a little plant by your office desk, bathrooms, anywhere that's bedroom, anywhere that's dark, or just like a little decoration. I actually keep this one now in my kitchen, and it's on a wall that it's facing the window, but it doesn't really get a ton of light from that window, not really any light. And I have like a little plant stand for my tiny plants that don't need a lot of light. And they just all sit in there. So this is Juanita. I just love this plant. I definitely recommend, if you are looking for a low light plant that's easy to care for, you're not going to overwater it if you're a heavy waterer. You're not going to overwater it, and it doesn't need a lot of light. It doesn't need a lot of attention either. Just stick it in there, and you can see it and enjoy it, but you don't have to do a ton. Great plant for that low light situation. Second on our list, we have this African violet. Very pretty plant. I love this plant. This guy, he has these really fuzzy, soft leaves. It's like, ooh, I just want to feel them all day long. Ooh. This guy's so fun. Low light plant. Doesn't need a lot of attention. It can go without water for a while too. It likes to dry out. In my experience, people. This one blooms these really pretty purple flowers. I have one that does the pink flowers, and they're just a very easy, low maintenance plant, low light. Actually have it in my bottom shelf of my plant rack. It doesn't really get a ton of light down there at all. Little indirect light here and there. So also a really good one. Just for the foliage without the flowers, I just think that's a pretty plant. Look at them fluffy leaves. And if you don't have any pets, you need one of these guys. You need them. Because you could just be like, oh, I need a pet that I can pet. And be like, ooh, pet soft little guy. Okay. And so, for the next plant, we have this giant, let me see if I can get him. Giant peace lily. I rescued him from the local Lowe's. He was actually in the clearance plants. I did not put him in my clearance plant haul. But he is beautiful. Look at that beautiful. Okay, let's see if I can set him down. It's a big plant. That's a big plant. Hello. Hello. Okay. So there's this gorgeous flower. I call them flowers. I know they're not flowers, but just it bloomed for me. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. This guy, actually, I keep in my room, and the windows in my room have shades over them, so just a tiny bit of light comes through. Doesn't need a lot of light at all. This is a very low light plant, and also low maintenance. And it's beautiful. Look at the big, huge leaves. Big, huge leaves. Big, honking leaves. Okay. This guy is just so pretty. I love the shiny leaves. It's popping out a new one right now. I don't know if you guys can see that from your angle. So let me see if I can pull it up. Woo! Almost knocked down a plant. There we go. See that right there? It's coming out with a new leaf. Oh, so beautiful. Just a very low maintenance plant. These guys, I want to say though, if you are one of those people that doesn't water your plants very often, peace lily is a good one for you because they like to get watered and then be left. They like to dry out real good between waterings. And when it needs water, it'll tell you and it'll just go just like Juanita, vocal plant. They will go. Want to say that again? Okay. It'll just hang down and you could just tell it needs water, and give it some water and it'll go and pop back up. Okay, so let's go over this again. When it needs water, it goes zoop. When it gets water, it goes whoop. Okay? You don't know why. There's a difference. There's the difference, guys. So, we talked about our Nerf plant, and we talked about our African violet, and we talked about our peace lily. Careful, because all those little powders. The thing about the peace lily, though, is if you have plants, if you have pets or kids that want to eat everything, then don't get this plant, because it's a toxic plant if you eat it. If you touch it, it's not going to hurt you. See? Not hurting me. Not hurting me. But if you ingest this plant, it is very toxic to children and animals. I have a Great Dane, and when she was a puppy, she would get into everything, and she still is a puppy, really. She's only one. But she has not bothered this plant. Actually, I keep it up higher so she doesn't bother it anyways. But I keep a close eye on her anyways, and she doesn't bother my plants. She knows better. Because she messes with my plants. Spanking time. So then, just be mindful of that plant, that it is a toxic plant to kids and to animals, pets and small children. If they eat it, don't do that. It's toxic. But if they touch it, it's not going to hurt them. If they sniff it, it's not going to hurt them. I know people freak out that don't have one because you have a pet. No, they're not. If it's a pet that doesn't bother anything, it's not going to be harmful because the pet's never going to bother it. So, on to the next plant. Very low light plant. On to the next one. This one is our rainbow peperomia. I love peperomias. They're so cute. So very easy to take care of. I just spilled dirt all over me. Let's wipe that off. This guy is so pretty. He's got these pink edges and then yellow. And a lot of them don't have the pink edges yet because they're newer. But as they mature, the pink gets like more vibrant and darker around the edges. In my case, I don't know if yours is different, but if you have one. Very easy plant. Doesn't require a lot of attention. You can water it and you can leave it without watering it for quite a while. I don't think I've watered this one for, I want to say 2 weeks now. It's been that I haven't watered this guy. Still really happy, healthy plant. And these guys are actually good ones for any person that is starting off with plants. This one's a good one because it does good in light, it does good in dark, it does good anywhere you put it. On a train, on a plane. He's just a very happy, hardy plant. Good one. He's like one of those, like, he's kind of like a succulent variety because he's got this kind of like succulent leaves. Very good starter plant. If you're looking for low light plants, a really good low light plant also. Okay, so next on our list we have this golden pothos. Beautiful, beautiful plant. I just love pothos. They're so pretty. I love them. So this guy, actually, I'm sorry, I got my little accent coming out. This guy has these gorgeous little leaves. I love this big one right here. See, it's got like half green and half variegated. This guy, he's really happy in low light. They do really good still, and they also do good in light too, in indirect light. He's a very low maintenance plant also. You don't have to water a ton. Or if you do water it, it's happy. If you don't water it, it's happy. Same like with the rainbow peperonia. In my case. So another really good low light plant, if you're looking for one, these guys actually, if you want like a vining plant, these guys actually grow out longer. So I don't know if you guys can see, but here's it's stemming out, and there's that one leaf, and then this leaf came from that leaf, and now it's getting a new leaf right there, and then it's just going to keep going. Another leaf from that leaf, another leaf from that leaf. Just keep going. Long and beautiful. I have a couple that are vining really pretty. But a really good low light plant for your apartment. If you want something that's climbing too, or that's trailing, very pretty plant. Just adds a lot of green and happiness to your house. Okay, so next plant, we have this beautiful, beautiful bridal's veil. A beautiful plant. Oh, I love it. I'm sorry for my accent. It comes out every once in a while, and it changes too. So we have this bridal's veil. This plant is very happy in low light. Just gorgeous plant. It has these little vines that go, see how that is? Just go whoop, and trailing down everywhere. On the other side of the leaves, there's a really pretty like plum purple. See that? So pretty. So this plant doesn't like a lot of light. It's really good with watering, low watering. Just a very happy plant. I got this one from the clearance plant haul. You would have seen it in my last video, and I actually took quite a few of the vines off. You can see how big and bushy this plant is. It's just huge. It's huge and bushy. Anyways, I took quite a few cuttings off of this plant and gave it to my friend. They're also really good for propagating. It only takes about 2 days, I think, for it to get roots, and you got a rooted plant already. And so I took some of my rooted cuttings and gave them to my friend, and she's got a plant, and I gave some to my other plant friend. I gave some to my other plant friend. And so, highly recommend this plant. I think it's underrated, but I don't know why, because it's just big. If you want big, bushy, happy plants, crazy jungle plants. Love those crazy jungle plants. I don't know about you guys, but I love them. So next we have this gorgeous Aglaonema. This plant, I love this plant. When I saw this plant, I said, oh, I need it. I put it in this nice white modern pot. It's actually in, see if I can pull it out, in this inside there. And you can see it's rooting very well. This was actually a giant Aglaonema plant with 4 pot plants individually in there. And I said, I'm going to separate all these plants and put them in individual pots. Then I can share some with others and I can have more plants. And who doesn't want more plants, right? So this plant just has this gorgeous pink all around the edge. And then in the middle, it's just this vibrant pink, like hot pink color. And then it has like these little speckles. Like somebody just took a paintbrush and went bing, bing, and speckled them all around the edge of it. Super pretty. Love this plant. This plant also has like these really pink stems. That's the word I was looking for. Just a very pretty plant. Also, and a really good indoor low light plant, or anywhere you want to put it, he will be happy. Okay, so here we have our money plant tree. He's a happy money plant tree. Happy. Ugh, don't eat it. Happy money plant tree. So this plant, it's a tree. This guy, he likes low light. He sits on my piano and over in the corner, and he just barely gets any light from my very indirect light from my window. And he's just a really happy plant. He's so happy. See? Happy plant. So he was like about this size when I got him, and then he's gotten quite bigger, quite a bit more leaves on it, and just like, okay, there's a brand new one right there. You can see it's like a little lighter green than the one below it. Can you see that? See how much lighter it is? It's the brand new one. A brand spanking new, baby! Anyways, my mom bought me this plant from Aldi's. That's funny. Aldi's has some good plants every once in a while. It's just that they don't have a lot of selection. It's just like, there's this one plant, or here's these 3 plants, two or three different varieties at a time. Sometimes only one variety at a time. So my mom cleans for this lady, and she kept saying how much she wanted a money plant tree. And so my mom was going grocery shopping at Aldi's, and she found these money plant trees. So she bought 2 of them, and she gave one to me because I didn't have one yet. So I got this guy from my mom, and he came from Aldi's, and he's a very good low light plant. He grows very big, apparently. These guys can grow huge, and I did not know that when I got him, because I didn't know anything about this plant when my mom got him for me. But he's just a fun, look at those leaves. They're just like, so pretty. But these guys do not like light at all. Like, this leaf you can see right here, it's got a little bit of burnt on it. Like this one here too, because I did as soon as I got it, I put it in my window where I keep all my plants. And he said, no, I don't like it. I don't like the light. So I put him on my kitchen table, and he was doing really good there. And then I put him on he got too big for my kitchen table, and I put him on my piano, and he's very happy there. Very highly recommend this guy if you need a low light plant, and they do come in the store in bigger sizes if you want a big plant for decoration, and that's low light, low maintenance. This guy likes to be dried out between waterings. So water this guy really good, let him be nice and moist, and then leave him, I want to say, for 3 weeks. And then check the soil, put your stinking finger in there. Put your stinking finger in the soil. If you put your finger in the soil, you can see, oh, he's pretty dry. he could get some water right now. Or you could be like, oh, he's moist. We don't need to water him. But check every 2-3 weeks. These guys really like to be super dried out before you water them again. Very low maintenance plant, and it grows really fast, and it's beautiful. It's all beautiful. Last but not least, definitely not least, is this gorgeous ZZ plant. This is actually a Raven ZZ plant. ZZ plants love low light. They are a very low light plant. I just love this one because its leaves are like such a dark green that they're black. They like look black. Like you look at them and you think it's black right away. It's just like beautiful. I love this plant. I love him. I love him. He is just so cool because these leaves are such a dark green that they are like black. They look black. Like you can barely tell that it is actually a dark green. It's beautiful. So when this guy pops out new leaves, new shoots, they come this lime green, beautiful, vibrant lime green color. You see that right there? Beautiful. And then as it matures, like this one here, it's like a purpley color. You can still see there's a little bit of greenish on it. Oh, as it matures, it turns like this purpley color and then turns into like this black color. It's just a beautiful, fun plant. It's very full, very happy plant, very low maintenance, doesn't like a lot of light. This guy's actually on my kitchen counter. There's not very much light there. It gets a tiny bit of indirect light on my counter. And I have a regular one too. These guys are low maintenance, no low light and low watering. You can water these guys really good and then leave them. Leave them for a couple of weeks and let them dry out really good and then water them again. These guys like to dry out real good between waterings. So if you are one of those people like me, who forgets to water their plant because it's not with all the rest of the plants, you need this plant because he's very low maintenance. He doesn't like a lot of light. He doesn't like a lot of water. You don't have to water him 24/7. Like this girl here who is very dramatic and needs water and love and attention all the time. This guy, you can just enjoy him and be happy in his little corner and not have to ever touch him. Just leave him alone. He's happy. So that's the end of our low light plant video. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe, or if you want to see more plant videos about planty things, indoor plant care, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye!